Hi guys, sorry I'm late on this video. I wanted to do it yesterday and just didn't get around to it. And sorry for the wet hair. Just got out of the shower, keeping it real. So I just wanted to come to you guys and talk a little bit about autoimmune conditions. Now, before I start, I have to say that essential oils do not cure or treat these conditions, but we can use them to support our bodies, especially during a flare-up, but even daily, just to support our systems and keep them as strong as possible. So I have celiac disease. Now, there's a misconception that celiac disease is an allergy to gluten. Now, often we will tell waitresses that because that's something they understand. I'm allergic to gluten, so they are very careful in the back. But celiac is really an autoimmune condition. Autoimmune disease is when the body produces antibodies that fight against its own tissue. So it sees things as foreign invaders, and it sees our body as something it just gets very confused, and it just fights your own body. So in celiac, gluten triggers that response in the body. So I was what we call glutened in the celiac community on Friday night. And so I had a really tough day on Saturday, and I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I did to support myself, and a lot of these things can also be used with other autoimmune conditions. Hey, hi Kathy. Okay, so first I wanted to talk about just the emotional part of it. For me, a lot of my responses when I am in a flare-up is emotional, and so I use these a lot on Saturday. One I use is Elevation. This is the Joyful Blend. This is really for a pick-me-up. But I also use Peace. Now, these seem like opposites. Peace really brings you down with anxiety, but I was feeling both. So wherever I was feeling is what I was doing, and these really helped me through, along with a lot of prayer and rest. And a lot of times, I'm going to be very careful with my wording here. Deep Blue polyphenol complex is really good at helping the body to support a healthy inflammatory response. And it's right on the bottle, so I guess I'm allowed to say this. It's an internal solution for soreness and discomfort. I really feel like anybody that has any kind of autoimmune condition should be taking this daily. And when you have a flare-up, I would add extra of this because it is amazing. It's really good because it's a systemic issue, inflammation, when you're having a flare-up. Whereas if you're having pain, which I was having the next day, I was having some hip pain, the Deep Blue Rub or the Deep Blue Roll-On is really good for when you're having a localized pain or soreness. That's what I would suggest. Now, what I did do before I went out to eat, and I always do because I have that risk of cross-contamination, is I took Terrazyme, which is a digestive enzyme. So this helps the body to break down common allergens that are hard for our bodies to digest, including gluten, dairy, fats, even plant matter, everything. So many different ones in here, sugar, proteins, as well as Digestin, which is something for calming stomach upset. And I took it ahead of time, just in case. I knew I was eating out. I wasn't making the healthiest choice either, so I knew that I probably would have some tummy problems after, so I took both of these beforehand. And it's probably why I didn't have any stomach symptoms with being glutened. It was all in my head, so I really do feel that this helped my digestion to be okay. And so what did I do the next day? See, actually, no, that day I was thinking clearly enough that I took Zendocrine. I don't have it with me. I have the soft gels, but I took the oil because it was the closest thing I had to myself, and I did not want to walk around my house. I was just in my bed. But I had it nearby, and I put a couple drops in my hand with some fractionated coconut oil, and I just rubbed it over all of my vital organs. I went over my kidneys, my liver, even the top of my intestines, and it's a detoxification blend. So it's going to help to rid the body of all that stuff that shouldn't be in there. And then the next day, when I was thinking more clearly, I was taking these internally, as well as the detox complex, which is really a whole food detox blend, and that has more enzymes to break down what was going on in my body. I'm going to continue to take these for at least a week and see how I feel, get everything out. And I think I'm going to start this tomorrow. I didn't really want to, but I know I should, is the GX Assist. I'm sure Kathy's going to chime in right there that I should be taking this. But this is the cleansing blend, and it's very, very gentle. If I have celiac and I can handle this, then anybody can handle it. You take 1 to 3 a day with your meals. I usually just take 1 with breakfast and 1 with dinner, and you do this for 10 days. Just helps to clear out your system. And then after doing that, you want to put the good stuff back in, and this would be your probiotic supplement. So after the 10 days, switch to the probiotics, get all the good stuff back in. And so that's my plan for tomorrow. I also was doing past tense because I had a headache, which comes with being glutened often. And obviously, the Lifelong Vitality supplements. Now, this is something that I do daily, but sometimes I'm inconsistent. And so I made sure that I was taking these very frequently, even upping my dosage a little bit while I was trying to come down from what was going on in my body. And Mitotamax. With being glutened, chronic exhaustion also comes in, and I know that that's a symptom of a lot of autoimmune conditions, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, whatever it is. Autoimmune is a full body inflammation, and it can cause so many different symptoms. Mitotamax is a natural energy and stamina complex. It helps both physically as well as mental energy, which I find to be amazing because often you're just so zonked that you can't even think straight. So my bottle's empty. I gotta get my new one open. And then another big one is frankincense. We're talking about inflammation. So the whole body is inflamed, and frankincense is the best oil for chronic inflammation. Supports a healthy inflammatory response. And so I meant to only do 1 drop, but 2 drops fell out under my tongue yesterday, and I'm going to continue doing that for the week as well. Just trying to get my body back on track. I think I hit everything. But the bottom line, I just want to say, if you have a autoimmune condition and you feel like there's no hope and you're just stuck on medications, you're not feeling better, I'm not saying that your medications aren't right for you. Of course, you want to work with your doctor, and there is a place for that. But there are so many things that you can do naturally with supplementation, with the essential oils, that's going to make your life so much easier. I feel great today, and before essential oils, I would have been out for at least a week, just trying to recover from being glutened, and I feel really good today. Another thing, this is not really oil related, and I would get so mad at people when they would say this to me. There is a component of pushing through a little bit. So I'm not saying you don't need rest. You have to listen to your body, and I needed that rest, and I slept 11 hours that night. But I could have let that turn into a cycle and just kept sleeping every day. And I really wanted to when I got home from dropping the kids to school today. I wanted to lay down, but I pushed myself. I did my workout. I showered. No, I don't have makeup and hair done, but it's a little step. So if you can push yourself a little bit, there is a component to that, and the dopamine and the endorphins that are going to rush from doing something, from pushing yourself a little bit, can help you jumpstart and get back into life. So I hope that this was helpful. If anybody has any questions or is dealing with this themselves, comment below or contact me, and let me see what I can do to help you.